Hello, welcome to Dragon HQ, and where am I? Dragon Studio once more. This has taken me, I don't know how many attempts today to do this video, because as you know, I'm not very techie. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know that me and technology don't go on, or don't get on. And I've had really awful sound quality on here again. I'm now sorted. So hopefully, I have the right thing switched on and you can hear me. So, today I'm going to be talking about, now I've spoken about these a few times, so these are my Dragon Path Oracle cards that were published by Watkins. They launched in the UK, Europe, America and Canada last autumn, so in October 2020. And then in January they were released in Australia, South Africa and New Zealand. So I thought now's a perfect time to do the video but in a little bit more detail about the cards and other ways to use them. So they're my top tips, if you like, as I'm going in for, global world domination with the dragons. All the dragons are on global world domination. So you may know, if you've got the book, you've got the deck, the book with the deck rather, there's tips on how to use them and shuffle the cards and blah blah blah. Now if you've seen any of my lives on Facebook, you will know that the cards can be quite lively and they have a habit of jumping out at you. Now if you, like I do on occasion, throw the entire deck across the room, then that doesn't count. But if you get one or two cards that sort of leap out, it's worth taking notice of and using them. So those particular dragons will quite often have a message. Let me just move my camera down a little bit. I'll move my camera down. Can you see? No, right, bear with me. Screen. Down. That's it. So you'd have thought with all my attempts this morning this would have been set up and ready, wouldn't you? Anyway, so when you start shuffling the cards, they can get a bit lively. Now I've done this so many times today. You can bet your bottom dollar none are going to leap out. But we'll see. So sometimes the shuffle takes a little bit longer than others. But if they don't, if one doesn't leap out, then you just choose one. It doesn't really matter. So who's going to come out for me? Come on, guys. You can't go to sleep after lunch. After all the work we tried to do to get this done this morning, we've got to have one come out. There we go. That one's stuck. Okay. So here I've chosen Destiny. Okay. Now Destiny's an Earthwalk that way. Destiny's an Earthwalk dragon. So, how to get a deeper connection to these guys and the dragon or dragons that you've chosen, because sometimes a couple of cards will leap out when you're doing this. So the first thing I would say is, if you haven't got one, go and treat yourself to a really nice notebook and a couple of really nice pens. I tend to use the coloured gel pens, so I use pink, purple, blue, green, and I tend to write in my journals with those. So once you've chosen your set of dragons or dragon that you're going to work with, is take a good look at it and see what strikes you about the imagery. And then once you've sort of noted down things that strike you with colour, symbols, imagery, whatever it is that catches your attention, then look at it a little bit more closely. And how does it make you feel? What feelings or what thoughts or what emotions or that type of thing come to the surface? So you need to be sort of sit quite quietly and be in not a meditative state, but a very calm state, and just note down what comes to the surface for you. When you do this, remember to write down the name of your dragon that you've chosen. So in this case, in this instance, it was Destiny, but also the date and the year. I've done this before, and I'll have it dated November the 16th. I'll go, oh God, what year was that? So you need to, so it's a really good idea to date, including the year on your journals, because you will refer back to these over time, because this will become the recording of your journey with the dragons. So anything that surfaces, thoughts, emotions, imagery, whatever it is that you notice with this card and how you feel about the card. Do you like it? Do you not like it? How does it make you feel? Do the colours resonate? Are they your favourite colours? Or any detail that you can find at all. Write down in your journal about that particular dragon or dragons. Now, once you've done that, what you can do to deepen your connection with that particular dragon is put it on your fridge. Now, I just did this and I learnt the tarot. And so I shuffle a card, write down my initial thoughts in the morning for what that card meant to me and what I noticed about it. And I'd pin it on the fridge with a magnet. And then that might stay there 2 or 3 days. And then what you can do the same thing with this. And then what you do is you then need to become aware of yourself over the next few days or few hours. So when you reflect back, when you take the dragon off the fridge and by your computer or in your handbag or your purse or wherever you keep it, is then reflect back of what's taken place and how does it correlate with your initial first feelings? Because what the dragons are doing are asking you to become more present. So they're asking you to look at synchronicity, messages from the universe, messages from them, and just have a greater awareness generally of what's going on inside you, around you, externally, all that type of stuff. And just see how the events of the preceding days or hours correlate to your messages or your first thoughts of the dragon. You may gain deeper insights too for each dragon as you go through this process. So that's sort of a couple of things you can do. The other thing to get an even deeper understanding of any particular dragon or all the dragons and do it in turn is to meditate with them. So again, you can do this process with each dragon in turn. So you've written your notes down, you've sat with it for 2 or 3 days, you've made some further notes and what's going on in your life and how that correlates to that dragon, and maybe how it helped you, how deeper understanding you had, or other insights or inspirations that they gave you, all this type of thing. Then, to deepen it further, you can meditate with the dragon, with the card. So you go into your usual, sacred space or wherever it is you meditate, and ask that dragon to join you in meditation and see what comes up, what they share with you, what they show you, where they guide you. Ask questions. They've just given me something else to tell you as well, so I'll share that with you in a minute. Now, what may happen here, you'll have, in this case, Destiny join you in meditation. But you may also find your own dragons turn up. So you may find your dragon guide, your dragon teacher, your guardian dragon. Your guardian dragon has been with you from the day dot, from the very first incarnation you ever had. Or if you work in the healing field, you may find you have a healing dragon join you. You may have all 4, you may have none. Again, it doesn't matter, it varies. But you'll find that going through this process, you will deepen your connection, not just with the dragons of the deck, but with your own dragons and other clans, because they're the 4 clans in the deck, but there are other clans besides the 4 that are in the deck. So you may find that other clans show up for you. So this really starts off on a whole journey with the dragons, because they didn't want the cards just used for somebody to look at the cards, read the book, and then go, oh, that's all very nice, and put them down again. Because the dragons are about us learning about ourselves, they're learning about our spirituality, about evolving spiritually, but also evolving on a personal level, on a human level, to be the best version that we could possibly be of ourselves. So it's hugely encompassing. Now, what was it they just said to me to tell you? See, if I don't say it straight away, it's gone. That's a bugger of channeling, isn't it? Oh, blow. I knew I should have said it at the time. But I knew I'd go off tangent as well. Anyway, I've gone off tangent. So if it comes back to me, I'll share it with you. That's about writing, wasn't I? Don't know. It's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. The other thing that the dragons connect with, and you may well know this, is the moon phases. So if you're meditating and working with the dragons around a new moon or a full moon, you may get a deeper insights, greater insights with them. And you may find that you work better at one or the other. You may find that you work, the dragons, and you connect better within one of the crescent moons, whether it's waxing or waning. So it's a bit of trial and error and practice to see what works best for you. But the dragons do like the moon phases. The other thing they like is the wheel of the year. So you've got all the equinoxes, or the Sabbats. There's 8 throughout the year. Yule, Imbolc, spring equinox, and so on. Now, what's really interesting is I've been meaning to do this video for weeks, and it hasn't happened for a variety of reasons. Now, Saturday coming, which is the 13th of March, is the new moon. And I'm actually running a meditation online with Harmony, which I'll show you Harmony in a minute. So, of course, getting this video out today gives you a bit of practice to try this, and then try meditating with your said dragon around the new moon. The other thing that's happening is in 10 days' time, we've got the spring equinox. And the spring equinox also connects in with dragon. So, of course, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? The sap's rising, the energy's coming back to the land. At least here in the UK, it's into spring equinox. And, you've got daffodils coming back to life, and, life's coming back to the land, and we're getting a little bit greener and things like that. And so, of course, there's the dragon energy rising. So spring equinox is a perfect time to connect with dragon. Now, if I'm wrong on the spring equinox, do let me know, because I'm sure it's a spring equinox. It feels to me like it's the spring equinox connects to dragon. It makes perfect sense to me that it does. But if anybody's got any other ideas and I'm wrong, do let me know, because I can't always be right on these things. So there you've got your meditation with the dragon, and you may find that you get a greater understanding of not just the cards in the deck, but your own dragons. And write your meditation down. Whatever you have, whatever comes to you, do write it down under the dragon that you've been working with, because it will become the basis of your dragon work that you do over the preceding coming days, weeks, months, years, or whatever. And it will give you a much deeper understanding of how to work with dragon, because the dragon are about their community, their unity, but they're also individuality. So all through each of the messages within the guidebook here, each of the messages within this is about guiding you on your physical 3D journey, but also on your spiritual journey. So any healing that needs to take place, any understanding you need to do, compassion for yourself or others possibly, but also about stepping up the power and stepping up your spiritual development. So it covers both excuse me, it covers both aspects. The dragons want us to unite globally. They want us to unite with our locality, with our neighbours and our friends and things. Obviously a little bit tricky in lockdown, but we can still do it on Zoom or whatever. But also to connect back to ourselves. And that unity with ourself and spirit, our unity with ourself and the dragons, our unity with ourself, the dragons, and our community. They want us to do all of these things. And working with them in this way is those first steps to building that strong foundation with dragon. So that's a really good start point. The other thing, that if you have got a sacred space that you work in, you've got an altar or anything like that, you can stick the dragon in your space on your altar for a few days. And if it's coming up to a new moon or a full moon, depending on what your preferences are, or both. It's entirely up to you. Or coming up to one of the Sabbats. Allow the dragon energy to build in your space, and then when you do get to sitting in your space over, for instance, the spring equinox, the dragon power is already going to be there. If you've already invited them in, you've already asked them to join you, the dragon power is already going to be there for you. And you'll have a much stronger connection with them. And again, write down everything that you feel. Now remember, and I've said this many, many times, you can't think dragon. You've got to feel dragon. Dragon's got to be completely heart-centered. You've got to do it here. You can't do it in your head. Because it's just not... you just don't get the same information, and it's just not right. You know, dragons are completely heart-centered beings. So how do you get heart-centered? And it's before you start any work with the dragons, whether it's choosing your cards, meditating with them or anything like that, it's a really good discipline to get heart-centered first. Now, over the years, they've taught me a number of things, one of which is they've got me into mindfulness. Because like many people, my brain goes at 6,000 million miles an hour, and I'm going off at complete tangents. I get very easily distracted, and as friend calls me squirrel, it's like, oh, squirrel, exciting, oh, squirrel, because my attention gets diverted very, very easily. So the dragons brought me into mindfulness, and I from that I ended up doing a teaching diploma on mindfulness. So I'm actually a trained mindfulness meditation teacher, and that then led me into being heart-centered. So the dragons have led me all the way. And what happens is when you're heart-centered, you come back to yourself, because we spend so much time being externalizing and being outward, either future or past, never present, because they call us human doings. Because we're not human beings, because we're not being anything, because we're always in the future or in the past, because we're never being here. So they taught me to become completely heart-centered. So the easiest way to do that is through mindful meditation. So if you do yoga, tai chi, or any of those type of things, you'll be aware of connecting to the breath. And that's what mindfulness starts off as, is connecting to the breath, or mindful breathing it's called. So the easiest way to do this is to just get yourself comfy, feet flat on the floor, or sat cross-legged, however you wish to sit. And you take your full attention, your focus, to the very tip of your nose. And what you do is you follow the breath from the tip of your nose. And you can take that in as deeply as you wish to take it in. So you sort of, as you breathe in, you follow the breath in through the tip of your nose, from the tip of your nose. Follow the breath out. Follow the breath in, follow the breath out, follow the breath in, and follow the breath out. And if you keep your focus on the breath, the mind begins to slow down. It soothes the body and the mind. I think it's called the parasympathetic system. It starts to calm. I think that's the right word for it. Let me know if I'm wrong. So we get out of our heads is the first thing that happens. Our mind begins to clear. Our body, physical body, begins to calm down. And you may find when you've been breathing and focusing on the breath that you need to take a really deep breath. Well, that's fine. Yeah, do so. And then take your breath back to the rhythmic, following the flow of the in and the out. The in and the out breath. Now, as thoughts come in, because they will, because we're human doings, just acknowledge them. If you find that you've gone off down rabbit holes with your thoughts, just gently bring your focus back again to the tip of your nose. Back to the breath work. The breath in, the breath out. The breath in, the breath out. And staying with that. Now once you've got that completely nailed, what you do is you take your attention and you take your consciousness inwards. You take it to your heart chakra. So where you've been following the breath in and out from the tip of the nose, what you now do with either the in or the out breath, it's up to you, whichever works, is you start with your focus at the breath. Then you begin with each breath to drop your attention down. So maybe you breathe in, drop your attention down. And what you're doing is you're taking your attention down to your heart chakra. You're taking your consciousness to your heart chakra. And with each breath, you go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and deeper again. And you connect fully to this heart center here. Now the bonus of this is that you also, not only is your focus within you and you brought yourself back to you, and where you feel maybe your energy, you'll notice that if you've had very scattered energies, your aura soothes and smooths, your energies come back to you, you feel better, you're more grounded, and you also feel an awful lot calmer. And the brain feels calmer, the brain feels relaxed. And from here, from this heart-centered point, you get a stronger connection to your dragon, because that's where they work. They work at the heart center. Now, I ran a meditation a few weeks ago, and we were connecting to the dragon balance. Now, I had a large group on, and I had some fantastic feedback from that. And people were saying, "Oh my God, I can't visualize. I can't see anything when I do this." They said, "No, I enjoy the meditations, but I never see anything. I never get anything. Oh, I had such clarity. I could see my dragon. This happened, that happened. I saw it, I heard it, I felt it, whatever was going on for them. I was laughing, I was crying. I've never had such an amazing experience. I just love the meditation." And that's all because the focus had come into the heart. It'd come in and to the heart chakra. So I'd love to know how you get on with that and how you find it. Was there anything else I was going to tell you? I think that's it. And I still can't remember what the dragon said to me. If it comes to me, I shall do another video about it. It's all to do with connecting and writing and that kind of thing. So when I remember, I shall do another video about it. So remember to keep your notes, date it, including the year. And do let me know how you get on. I've had some amazing feedback from people about the cards and their journeys, but the dragons wanted me to say, they're not just a card for, "Oh, look, that's pretty, that's nice, oh, great, get on with your day." They're far greater than that. They want to be a part of our journey, our spiritual journey and our personal journey. And if I was to, give all the messages, the potential meanings and messages that any particular dragon could give, my God, we'd have a book this deep, wouldn't we? Nobody want to read it. So if you know what you get from a particular dragon, if it's not the same as the book, you know what? It doesn't matter. Because what's in the book, the channeled messages that they gave me for each dragon, is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a snippet of how and where they can help us. It's not the be all and end all of that dragon message. They are far more encompassing than that. And, they're here to work with us. They want to work with us. And so this is a way for you to build your dragon connections, not just with the deck and the Dragon Path Oracle, but also with your own dragons and your own dragon guides and teachers. So I'm going to leave you with that. There was something else I was going to say, but there were two things I was going to tell you, and now I can't remember either of them. So that'll be another video for another day. Anyway, so I'd love to hear your feedback, what you think, what you thought, and as you usual do with this YouTubey stuff, subscribe, like, share, comment. The usual stuff that we have to do. I don't see myself as a YouTuber. I do this to share information with you guys that I hope that you enjoy and you like. You can catch me on Facebook. I do lives on Facebook, so you can catch me over there. And also, if you want to join me on any of my workshops, on my website and on my Facebook page, there is an email sign up form. So if you sign up to for my regular email, people that are in my Dragon Tribe email newsletter get discounts for workshops and things. It's not available anywhere else. It's only available through the people that subscribe to my newsletter. So I look forward to working with you in person on either on Zoom, or when we can, when we're allowed and it's safe, we can work in person. Until then, stay safe. I'd love to hear about your dragon experiences and how you get on with these exercises. And I shall love you and leave you and see you soon. Take care from all here at Dragon HQ. Bye.